If there's an overarching idea about spring, according to Irish tradition, it's this: go for it. Make an effort. Stir yourself up and out, and don't lose this opportunity. If you feel like you could use a little freshening up in mind and spirit, heart and body, today is for you. I'm going to be sharing with you 3 main ideas drawn from Irish lore, proverbs, poetry, and song. And all of it, I hope, will get us eager to jump into the flow of life, participate, and have some fun. So, fáilte a chairde, welcome my friends. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Kate. I'm a professor of Irish language and folklore. And just like you, I'm a creator and I love to make things. So let's start off just right at the bat here with the word for spring. And it's this: Arak. You say that? Arak. E-A-R-R-A-C-H. Arak. And just so you know, all of the words and proverbs and things are going to be just below this video in the comment, so you can find them there. So Arak. Now, Father Deneen, our great lexicographer, defines Arak as the period stretching from La Ile Brige, which is the festival of Bridget on the 1st of February, until the day before La Bealtaine, which is May Day. So that's from the 1st of February until the last of April. And most tradition agrees that St. Patrick's Day falls Ilar an Ari, in the very center of the spring. So we're in it now, according to Irish tradition. Now, people who lived on the land really have a little bit different of an idea about spring, I think, than some of us today. For many of us, it's the excitement of birds and flowers and the new light. But for agricultural people, it was also a time for care and thoughtfulness, particularly when it came to food, right? So they had to be thoughtful because the stores from the fall harvest had to be carefully stewarded all through the winter and especially through the early spring, until there was the first harvest came a little bit later in the spring. So that was a time, hunger was a problem, was an issue. And also the sense of changeable weather, that we're not sure what the weather is going to do. I told you the word Earraigh, which means spring. The word earrachtúil means vernal, as in spring, but also stormy. So there's that sense that the weather might change and a good day might give way to a day of storm. You had to be thoughtful about that. And then finally, Father Deneen, just to let you know, there's a cat involvement now here. Father Deneen gives us this interesting phrase from Donegal, this interesting kenning, and it's scéal Earraigh, and that means a story of the spring. And he defines that as an idle gossip or a false tale. And how I understand that is, again, that thing that is maybe not reliable, that you have to be careful about. So all that's to say, spring is a time of opportunity and a little bit of danger, a little bit of uncertainty, of beauty, all those things all together. Now, it's also this time of what I call the go for it time. The first of these go for it's is make your plans, plant something, go get what you want. I always come to this great proverb: Mura gcuirtear san Earraigh, ní bhainfear san uair. If you don't plant in the spring, you won't reap in the fall, right? It's the time. Let's go for it now. I also, every March, I sing this song, Tána Báid, which I'll just give you: Tána Báid go dóin san Earraigh. The boats are out deep in the sea. Slán bhaile go dagan na fear. May the men come safely home. And there's a verse in that song that really underlines this sense of heroic effort, danger, and a touch of grace. Hacht an warta slán má warimid, yoimid tanse bratha jaraga, éis go fadrig ní fe vanaha slán bhaile go dagan na fear. Irhachtan warta at the start, at the coming of March, slan mawarimij, if we survive. Yoimij taincha braha jaraga, we will get the lovely red herds, and those are salmon, and they are referred to with the same word, taincha, which you would refer to cattle. So that's so cool. Eishk o fadrig nifa banaha, so fish from Blessed St. Patrick, like a gift. If we survive, if this grace is afforded us, we will get the beautiful red herds of salmon, slanawalia gadaganafer, may the men come home safely. So all of that sense of bravery and grace and luck and striving, I can practically feel the gray March sea and the cold and the eagerness in that. Now the second go for it is really the go for it of love. This is the time of love. It's time to speak your love. This lovely proverb, Rache and Ari, Rache and Ra. Rache and Ari, Rache and Ra. The time of spring, the quarter of spring, is the time of speaking love. Rache, the statements or the declarations of love. So speak up about love. And I think we can take this romantically, but we can also take this in any way. Let's speak up about love. Then another way that love comes into this, gra, ceol, agus rial in earrachtúil. So gra, love, ceol, music, agus rial, here, dancing, in earrachtúil, in the springtime of life. So this proverb, so music, love, and dancing in the springtime of life, really means gather ye rosebuds while ye may, old time is still a-flying, meaning get out there, don't miss your chance. I want to say here that the springtime of life is not, I think we can say that the springtime of life is when we say it is. It doesn't have to be just when you're young in years. You can decide now, this is a new springtime of my life, and I'm going to have music, love, and dancing. I think we'd be crazy not to. So here too is that sense of timeliness, of seizing our chance to have the beauties and the joys and the loves of life. And the third go for it is really about adventure and setting forth on adventures and travels to go to places that you love, to go be among people that you love. And for this one, I want to share with you one of the best beloved Irish poems, which is also an Irish song of all times, and it's by a great poet called Anthony O'Raftery. So Anthony O'Raftery, who lived, we're not actually sure if he was born in 1779 or 1784, but he died in 1835. So I think it's fair enough to say that this poem comes to us from the very beginning of the 19th century. And I will eventually, after I'll say a little bit of the poem for you, and I'm going to share with you, Seamus Heaney wrote a book of beautiful translations. Here it is, here's Seamus Heaney, the translations of. He made a beautiful translation of this poem. Let me first say it for you in Irish, just a little bit. Anish chachtanari bein lag o chun shinu, staresh na féle bríide ar dói me machiol. O chur me machane ni chun noi me hiche, go shasi me shis il ar chumti wio. So beautiful, isn't it? The rhythm of that. So, anish chachtanari, now with the coming of the spring, bein lago chunshinu, the days will be getting longer. Staresh na féle bríide, and after the festival of Bridget, ar dói me machiol. So after the 1st of February, I'll raise my sail. It came into my head, it came into my head that I wouldn't live any longer, until I stood in the very middle of County Mayo. So I love that. I'll raise my sail. Here's Seamus Heaney's, this poem called Killaden. Now spring is arriving and evenings are stretching, and after the feast of St. Bridget I'll go, for I've taken a notion and grown impatient to be back in the heart of the county Mayo. The town of Claremorris will be my first station. In Bala beyond it the strong drink will flow. In Kiltama next I'll put up and be feted, and in Ballina too, a few miles down the road. I swear and declare that my heart begins soaring like a freshening breeze or a mist the winds blow, when I think about Cara and crossing on over to Gallen and all of the plains of Mayo. Killaden's the place that is fertile, fruitful and fertile. There's blackberries, raspberries, plenty of growth. And the minute I land there among my own people, the years will drop off and I'll get back my youth. And in Irish, Jimoach anish jim is venerish og. The years will fall from me and I will again be young. So we can be renewed by our travels, by our adventures, by returning to places we love, by making sure that we raise our sails, our sights, our standards, and go among people and into places that bring us alive. And that's what I think all of this season is about, that quickening of life, that eagerness. Eagerness is, I think, one of my favorite feelings and one that I want to invoke in myself and in others. And I feel inspired when I see it in others. Eagerness really is the stirring of life, and that's what we're after. So all of this, go for it. So I want to ask you, of all these kinds of go for it, which one are you going to take on? The go for it of making plans and making things happen, the go for it of finding love and community and friendship, the go for it of adventure, setting forth on the road, getting out into the flow of life. Which of those go for it's I'm speaking to you today? Please tell us. I love always what you share. Thank you for everything you share with us. You inspire us all. So I am excited to read what you're going to share. If you like this video, please do like it. It helps me so much. You'd be surprised. It really does put the heart in me. And maybe share it with a friend who is maybe ready for a little freshening up, and go for it. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. It is easy and free. All you have to do is hit the little bell, costs you nothing, and it really helps me a lot and helps this channel. So I hope that that spirit of go for it is in you now, and you're eager and feeling excited about what spring has in store for you and what you're going to go for. I hope you have a wonderful week of spring, and I'll see you again next week.